cool. All right, Daniel. So what is your expected graduation date?
Either it's going to be the spring of 2019 or the fall of 2019, because I changed my major halfway through, and right now I'm 8-9 credits behind. So depends on if I want to take summer classes or some winter classes.
And you changed your major from
Geological engineering to poli science and international relations.
Cool. And you did that just this semester,
Yes.
correct? Cool. All right. So Daniel, what attracted you to the fitness and rec sports supervisor position?
Well, I work here, and I got into fitness my freshman year of college, and I've always been aspired to get leadership roles in any kind of aspects of extracurricular activities or even school that I'm in. So, and I definitely think I excel at leadership roles. So, I thought it would be a good fit for me.
And how long have you been working here? You've been here for almost
about almost a year.
Okay. And what, I guess, as the program as a whole, what role do you see it play on the campus?
As being a supervisor?
As I meant, like the fitness and rec program. The program, like what role do you see that playing on campus?
Fitness and recreation plays honestly a major role in college life, as kind of I have friends who all they do is just school and sleeping and maybe a club, and when they don't have that, and when they don't have the ability to go get some negative energy out, or just go and sweat during the day and have the availability to do that, it definitely does not help their kind of emotional or even physical shape. And also the classes that this center offers definitely lets people branch out into new areas that they didn't think that they could do as a young adult.
Nice. So what do you think are some of the responsibilities required to be a student building supervisor?
So responsibilities, I think that I think definitely is that you're a supervisor first, you're a friend later. A lot of people have been kind of talking how some of the supervisors now and in the past have kind of gone buddy with the people who work under them, and it's kind of hard for them to delegate and make sure people get stuff done and make sure people are being busy, because they're afraid of maybe lashback or losing kind of a friendship over it. I think that having actually charisma as a supervisor, kind of projecting the way that you want your building people to act. If you're a supervisor and you're kind of just sitting in your chair all day not really doing anything, it's going to kind of project to the people working under you that they don't really have to do stuff either, or they can slack off. If you're kind of an active supervisor, checking on people, walking around, checking the building, I think that it will raise kind of the work effort, and also just kind of preaching that how people should be. So yeah.
Okay. So you talked a little about leadership experience earlier, but what leadership experience do you have, and what are some traits you think a good leader should possess?
So first of all, I'm an Eagle Scout, and I grew up in the Boy Scout community, and that definitely has helped with my leadership experience. I have been 2 years ago, I was the Scoutcraft director at a BSA high elevation camp, where I was the director of 18 employees who worked under me, and area in the camp was voted the best area almost every single week that summer because the way I used my leadership skills to make us the best staff there was. Last year, I interned at a geological engineering lab here in Sparks, and later in the summer they actually put me as a project supervisor in charge of the acid lab. And me and the employees that were under me, we were able to save the company thousands of dollars for just finding better ways to do stuff. So those are, yeah, that's some. And what I think a leader, what was it?
Traits. What do you think traits good leaders should possess?
Vision, charisma, leading from the front, not from the back, when just leading by example, having a strong hand, being friendly to people, not just kind of like I'm better than you, or this is my job and that's your job and you're going to do it, and if I don't like it I'm going to get mad at you. Not doing that, but kind of pushing people to do the right thing. But if employees have a issue or decide to not do what their job is, not being afraid to step in and try to correct or realign their vision for what they think that their job is. Asking a lot of questions to the people above me. I think that's a major thing to make sure I'm doing the right job. Yeah.
Nice. Daniel, how do you manage your time and prioritize tasks?
I've never been a good planner, just writing stuff down, but I am a good man of routine. I think I work best and I do my best work when I'm busy, and I like staying busy, and I think I manage my time by definitely keeping track on what I'm doing, maybe writing down what I could do better, managing my time well. I don't know, I feel like if you keep busy and you know you have a bunch of stuff to do, if you just have one thing to do the whole day, it's easy to like kind of feel if you're like basing off, if you have like one project to do and it takes, and you have like a whole day to do it, then you kind of can slack off and do stuff. But if you're busy and like I have to do this, and this, you get stuff done better. So just kind of keeping busy.
Do you would you say you're like you're a sticky note kind of person, or do you have like a notebook? Do you use your phone, calendar, anything like that, or just?
I'm definitely a sticky note kind of person. I'll leave reminders to do stuff. Oh shoot. If this is okay, I don't know if it's okay to go back to leadership experiences. And just one more, I am captain of the Ultimate Frisbee team, so that's kind of a leadership thing that I'm doing, extracurricular activity like that, and also, and then, yeah, back, I'm a sticky note person.
You must have a sticky note for something coming up with Frisbee. Once you fell back on Frisbee. How long have you been playing Ultimate Frisbee?
3 years now.
3 years? Here at the university, or?
Yes, here at the university.
Okay. Alright. In the event of an accident or injury in the facility, what steps would you take to ensure safety and proper operations of the facility?
So first, I am trained in first aid. So if it was immediate injury, I would I would check the surroundings to make sure the area was safe. I would call for help, see if a pro staff is around. If it was something severe, I'd immediately call 911. I would leave someone there at the injured area, the injury, while someone goes. Make sure someone's always, building staff member is always there. As kind of a precautionary measure, I would always make sure at least one building staff member is on the 3rd floor, or at least the 3rd and 1st floor, because if something happens on the 4th or 3rd floor and all the staff members are down on the 1st, and this happens a lot, that we may not know, or we may not have a good response time. So, and then when proper medical or pro staff members who know more how to deal with the situation are there, hand it off to them and then deal with the situation.
Alright. Cool. Say two building staff employees were having a conflict, how would you handle that situation?
Ask questions first. Ask a lot of questions, what their side is. If it's a minor conflict, I guess, is it a minor or a major conflict?
It's major.
Major. So ask questions. If I definitely see that someone is in the wrong, let them know. Try to guide them in the right area, what I think they should do next time, or how to fix it. And if they believe that I have no idea what I'm talking about, or then I definitely get a pro staff member in charge, but definitely try to keep, I guess, conflicts away, because you guys are busy as it is. And then if it's more lucrative, I guess I'd give it time, and then, well, not give it time, but let them talk it out. And then if there's no solution, then I definitely get a pro staff member in
Okay.
charge.
What if it's like on the weekend? It's like on the weekend, pro staff's not here. Say they're, something happened earlier that day. They kind of were going at it. They were fighting. They don't want to be around each other. Yeah.
If they're fighting, if they were fighting and I had like physical fighting or just verbal. Or
Physical, yeah. And then one person said they didn't want to be around the other person.
they didn't want to be around the
Yeah.
other person, I'd probably send one of them home.
Okay.
If it got to that point where it was a major conflict and I couldn't tell, it wouldn't be as a punishment, but I had the proper employees to run there, I'd send one of them home.
Do you feel that'd be fair just to send one home and not the other one?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that doesn't, I would explain to them that it isn't in the wrong thing. I mean, it's not like they're losing, if it, I don't know, I mean, yeah, actually, yeah. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel that would be unfair. I think that as if they're disrupting the kind of the machine that is our staff here, and they're a disruption, and you have gears in that machine that aren't working properly, and removing one would make the better the group, then yeah, I'd send one home.
Cool. And then a lot of times we see, and not so much conflict between two building staff employees, but between a building staff employee and a building supervisor. And so if someone had like an issue with you, and they work with you, how would you handle that situation?
And they came up to me face to face and said,
Yeah, let's just say like they didn't like, you told them to do something, they kind of got, kind of just let it slide over their head and kind of really respond to you. How would you handle that situation?
so first I'd ask questions, make
Okay.
sure they know. If it's something I can fix, I would definitely, and something reasonable for me to fix in the future, I would definitely fix it. If it was something that they had a misconception, or they thought they could just kind of walk over me and just say, I think I don't have to go do this. Like if I told them like, hey, can you go clean the treadmills? And I'm like, I don't want to do this, I had a hard day, don't want to do this. If it was in a situation where I know that they're just being lazy, I would let them. At first I would give them the opportunity to either change or just have them ask questions what they believe that their responsibilities are as a building staff member, and if we couldn't reach an agreement, I'd kind of give them a tough love, I
Okay.
guess,
All right.
or send them home.
Okay. Daniel, how do you want to improve yourself in the next year?
Next year, definitely I want to, fitness-wise, I definitely want to get into better physical shape than I am in. Character-wise, one of the things I've struggled with mostly my college life is that I am a very independent guy, and the thing that I do struggle with is asking people for help before I get in too deep over my head. So I think over this next semester, and I have been trying to work on that, is use my resources better instead of just delegating people. But if I need help with something, or if I need a second opinion, I won't think twice not to ask that before it gets too major.
Alright. Last question that I have for you, Daniel. Can you name someone that you idolize and why in 3 words?
Someone I idolize.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd have to say my father. Because 3 words, he is grounded. He's very grounded to reality, and he always lets me know whenever I kind of start getting out there with like what I think the world should work or stuff. He's always my tie to the way the real world works.
Okay. So grounded. You had grounded, and you had 2 more
2 more.
to describe. Yeah.
He's grounded. He has amazing character, and he has vision for his life. He knows exactly how the next 20 years of his life is gonna play out, and I idolize that. I wish I knew too.
All right. Daniel, do you have any questions for us at this time? For me? For us?
I guess not.
Okay.
No.